Hi guys, welcome back. So today is the day we go and we hear there's the woman. Today's the day that we go and hear the heartbeat. So excited. So that's what we are on our way doing now. Dylan is getting gas. I got myself some coffee and donuts, so I'm all prepared and don't pass out when I get my blood drawn. So I will see you guys there. Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is gonna be more about explaining to you what has happened in the past 2 weeks. I know a lot of you are concerned and questions and don't understand, and a lot of you reached out, a lot of you prayed and supported, and I really appreciate that. Like, that means the world to me. But I wanted to just tell you guys what is really going on and what has been going on and what the plan is here on out. So, also, you may realize I'm not in my normal, or was my normal little setup, and I'll explain that too. But I'll get on to the real big idea and big point of this video, and I'm going to tell you guys what happened. So, Dylan and I, on May 29th, we're supposed to hear the heartbeat. We got there, I was so excited, Dylan was so excited, both of us couldn't even sleep that night because we just couldn't go to bed. We were literally so excited to hear Peanut's little heartbeat. And so we go. Sorry, this is really hard to talk about, and I'm going to try to keep it together and try to not cry. But we did the introduction, got all the information, and then we had an hour until our next appointment, which was the ultrasound. We just hung out, and then we went up to our appointment, and I was laying down. You know, some of you may not have ever seen what an ultrasound is, but I had to have an internal one. So that's where they take this little wand with the camera on it and, insert it. So I have my legs up, and she, puts it in, and I don't hear anything. I see the baby, but I don't hear anything. I thought that she didn't have her sound on, or I don't know. I was thinking of everything else but that. I was just really excited to see the baby, so it wasn't even registering to me. And then she gets to the part where you can turn on the sound waves, and she was trying to see if there was sound. She just wasn't hearing it either. Turns that on, completely flatlined, there was nothing. So I asked her, I said, when do I hear the heartbeat? And she said, well, there's something wrong. And I was like, what? What do you mean something's wrong? And she said, there's no heartbeat. And it still wasn't registering with me. I still didn't understand, because I did not think that this could possibly happen to me. I thought that I was 11 weeks. So I thought I was over that big hump. After you get past 6 and 8 weeks, between 6 and 8 weeks, after you get over those weeks, the percent of you having a miscarriage, they go down. But the problem is I didn't have a miscarriage. So she tells me the baby. I was like, are you saying the baby's dead? And she said, yeah. And I didn't believe her. I was screaming. I was saying, no, you're lying. This isn't happening. And I felt like she still had that ultrasound in me for 5 minutes. That's what it felt like. I just wanted to get it out because I wanted to just collapse. I didn't want to see it anymore. She takes it out and she says she's gonna go get my doctor, my OB, because this wasn't the OB who did it. This was just a nurse. She takes it out and she leaves, and I'm like half naked. I fall on the floor, and I start to cry, and I lose it. I can't explain to anybody hearing those words, "There is no heartbeat," is probably the hardest thing. It is the hardest thing I've ever been through. Dylan is amazing. He's literally the best. He didn't cry at the hospital or at the appointment. He was trying really hard to keep it together for me, and he didn't want other people to see him cry. But he was upset. He was so sad and so upset. So they tell us we have to move into a different room. They want to move us into a different room. So I have to walk out. I'm still crying. Like I don't think I stopped crying that day. I had to go out to a room full of women who were getting ultrasounds, who were pregnant, who were gonna hear their heartbeat, moms with babies, and I was crying. Like, seeing that made it worse. We get into this room, and she explains to me, because I was confused. I was like, the baby stopped growing at 6 weeks. Like 6 weeks and some days. The baby stopped growing. And I was so confused, because I was supposed to be 11 weeks. So if the baby stopped growing and was no longer living, then why hadn't my body miscarried it? So I was confused. I was like, does that mean there's still a chance? Like, that's what my brain was going towards. So we get in the room, and the lady said, my OB actually wasn't even there. Her office is in Fishers. So this other lady comes in, and she was so sweet and so nice, and she tells me that my body hasn't registered that the baby's dead. So it's still protecting that baby and still carrying that baby. And she, we talked for a little bit, and she was telling me about how it's not my fault. There's nothing wrong. Everything's fine down there. Like, I'm perfectly able to get pregnant again. It was she believes a chromosome issue, because it takes a lot to have a baby. It's actually really, 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 really complicated to get pregnant, but it's some women it's easier than others. It's a complicated process. Like, science is crazy. And I hate science right now. But she told me I basically have 2 options. Well, 3 options. 1, no medicine, no surgeries. I just wait and see if my body does it naturally. Second option, I can take a pill and insert it up there. It will dissolve and soften tissue and miscarry. Or I can have a D&C. And that is what a lot of women do to no longer have the baby, like abortion. So that option really scared me, because I did not want to abort the baby. And I am so glad that I'm living in a place, though, where I can make those decisions for myself, especially at a time like this. Do I want to sit there and wake up and see the baby in a pool of blood? Do I want to see that? Do I want to play the waiting game? Because she said it can take up to 2 months for my baby to even pass, like, out of me. It basically would be like me reliving what just happened all over again. So some people may not agree with what I did, and that's okay, but I believe that this was the best option for me mentally and physically, so that way I'm able to get some sort of peace and try to move on as far as my mental state and get healthy again. So I chose the D&C. The surgery, that we went in on a Wednesday and the surgery was on a Friday. I go in there to my surgery. It was fine. Like, I was asleep. They asked me if I wanted the baby's place I went. The babies get cremated. The hospital does a service for babies, and they do it twice a year, and they invite you and they let you know. So I chose that. Dylan agreed, and we went with the surgery. They took my blood, I took my vitals, all that stuff. I was sitting in a chair with my mom. My mom was with me, and so was Dylan. And then they took me back. But as we're starting to walk back, my brain is like non-stop. Like, this is it. This is the last walk I'll take being pregnant. For now. After this, I won't be pregnant anymore. Like, I will not have a baby. And that's why those days were so hard, because I only had a day and a half to be pregnant. Like, that was it. I didn't get to make the choice. Like, that choice was taken. I didn't get to have the labor. I didn't get to go into labor. I didn't get to have that magical moment of seeing my babies, holding his or her fingers, kissing, breastfeeding. I didn't get to have that. All this stuff that I was really hoping for and I was wanting so bad, I didn't get to have anymore. That was just taken away. So I go in for my surgery and they put me to sleep, and next thing you know, I'm up and I'm back in the same room. I was in a lot of pain. I was in so much pain. So after that, me and Dylan got food and we went home. The first day was fine. It was very emotional for both of us. Very emotional, very hard, and I was just in pain. And I was told I could take ibuprofen, I'd be fine. I wouldn't even need the prescription medicine they gave me. It was just in case. Well, I'm glad I had that, because I was taking that, and like 4 leaves every time it went out. Like, I was taking that every 4 hours. And because I don't have a high pain tolerance, I don't. But I shouldn't even been in that much pain. I was crying. And the second day, after the first day goes by, second day got worse. My blood was no longer this light, small pink color they talked about. It was heavy and it was dark and it was brown. I called and they said, "Oh, it's normal. It's just your body's getting out more blood. Oh, this is not this bright cherry red. You'll be fine." So I was like, okay. Third day comes along. And I was in pain. I was crying, and it felt like someone was literally punching me in my cervix. I was changing my pad every 30 minutes. I couldn't use tampons. Nothing could go up there. So I just had to use pads. And every 30 minutes, I was saturating a pad. Called. And they said, you need to go to the emergency room right now. We go to the emergency room. And they took my blood. They did some other tests. I did another ultrasound. This one was on my stomach. And they did all these tests. And they did an EKG to make sure my heart was fine because I'm anemic. And I lost a lot of blood. My hemoglobin, when I went for blood on the 29th, no, on the 31st, sorry, they took my blood on the 31st for my surgery, it was at 11. And when I went to the ER, it was at a 9. And that's not really that great. So they did all those tests, and Dylan and I are waiting to figure out what's going on. They took my blood and didn't give me any medicine. I'm in so much pain. Like, oh my gosh, it was horrible. 4 hours go by before anybody says anything to us. We're waiting for 4 hours. I'm in pain and bleeding for 4 hours with no help, and I'm at a hospital. One of the nurses from the women and children's side of the hospital, like where they do deliveries, was wanting to know how I was doing because I had called at 5 o'clock, and we got there right about 6. So it's 9 o'clock now, and nothing's been done. So she comes over, she comes to my room and asks me, what have they done? Is anything going on? I was telling her, no one's helping me. I'm in so much pain, and I still had one more test to do. So she gets on it, and she does my pelvic exam. And a pelvic exam is not supposed to hurt. It's a little uncomfortable, but it's not supposed to hurt. And that was bad. Like, that I could not. Because my body was so sore from going through that surgery and then bleeding and being in pain non-stop. They do my pelvic exam, and she tells me there's a lot of blood, and they need to get it out. I'm sorry. They need to get it out. So she asked me the same questions that I had to be asked when I found out that my baby didn't have a heartbeat. You can let all this blood pass naturally and be in pain. I can give you medicine, but you're still gonna hurt. I can give you the pill, and I can monitor you overnight, and hopefully everything passes. Or we can go through a D&C again. I was once again faced with a very tough decision. Dylan's so mad because I'm in pain, and I've been in pain, and now we have to do this all over again. And it's almost 10 o'clock now. I say, let's do the D&C. It's not as much pain. I can guarantee you everything's out, and you can leave tonight. and that's what I wanted. I did not want to stay the night there. I just wanted to go home. So, they prepped me for surgery, take me down, they gave me medicine, and it is about 11 o'clock now, and we're waiting on some papers. They just prepped me, everything, I got medicine, I got all this stuff, and they just wanted to make sure that, my blood pressure was a little low. It always is low. I'm very small and I'm anemic, so my blood pressure is always low. So they're waiting on that to get better, and it's at probably about midnight now, and they take me back for surgery. When I was in surgery, he went and got some food, just in case we had to stay there too. He went and got food, came back, and was sitting in the waiting room. My last surgery took maybe about 30 minutes before they could come back and see me. It was about almost an hour, he said, before he could actually come back and see me. So my surgery took longer, which was a good thing, because that they were making sure everything was out and I was going to be okay. And I got back to the room. I was a little out of it. I was on some oxygen, and they gave me some medicine. I don't remember what kind of medicine, but it was really great medicine. And I was just out of it, and I was coming off the anesthetic. So I was really not, capable of saying anything, and everything was fine. She said surgery went great, that I should not be in the amount of pain and bleeding that I was. So we had to wait about an hour. They wanted me to finish some fluids, drink some water. They just wanted to make sure everything, I could walk fine and not. But I was so tired and so drained. I hadn't ate anything since 3. I've lost a lot of blood, and I needed to eat something as well, but I didn't. We were about to leave, so Dylan was just gonna go get me some food when we were leaving. So she says it's fine, takes everything, and hooks me for my IV, gives me my medicine, tells me, my medicine will be ready whenever we go get it, and we're free to go. I tried to stand, and it was so hard. I was in pain just because I had surgery, and that was normal, just to be in pain because you have surgery. I was in pain, and they put me in a wheelchair and wheeled me to the nurse. Dylan went and got the car, and this male nurse wheeled me outside. He waited with me for Dylan, and they were the best. Dylan comes to get in the car. He takes me to get some food. I just got McDonald's, and then it's about 2 a.m. We go home, and I'm exhausted. I just want to sleep. I was cramping. Dylan left, and early in the morning, I went and got my medicine and got me some, more stuff just to make me feel better. That day, everything was fine. I'm completely fine now. I was in some pain, just a couple days, but after that, really nothing. I was bleeding, but just a little bit. I'm not bleeding anymore. Everything's fine. I'm so much better than what I thought I would be. So, some of you probably are wondering now, why the heck are you in the place you're right now? I'm not going to say a lot because it's really not anybody else's business but mine and Dylan's, but Dylan and I moved back. I moved back to my parents. Dylan came with me. Just things have happened financially with the house, and it was better for us. That's really it. So we're living here now just for a couple months until we can get an apartment all my animals are at the house with Dylan's parents, and they're happier there anyways, and they'll be fine until we get her place. You know, I don't worry about them. I miss them like freaking crazy, and I love them with my whole heart. But they'll be okay, and I know they're taken care of. So all my animals are good. I still have my hamster Willie. Other than that, everything is fine. I gotta get a job. And yeah, I just went for my follow-up appointment yesterday, and she said everything's fine. I'm perfectly able to have a baby. I get a period in 4 to 6 weeks, so there's nothing you can really do till then. You kind of have to get your period first. You know, you gotta make sure. So once you get a period, then you know, hey, I'm a period, you know you're not pregnant anymore. And yeah, I just have to wait for my period, and then Dylan and I can start trying again, which is so exciting. The fact that this happened has made me a lot stronger, made me and Dylan a lot stronger as a couple. Right now, we are just adjusting, trying to grow, trying to learn, and we're so excited that we can have another baby, we are so blessed that we can. So that's exciting that is our plan, is hopefully a year from now, I'm gonna be making more videos, but a year from now there will be a video up and I'll be holding a baby to show you. So that's what I'm excited for. And yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I got exciting stuff going on. I'm doing really well. Now that I'm with my mom, of course, too, because my mom is literally so great and so awesome. My dad is too. My dad's awesome. But right now, I really just needed my mom. Of course, I had Dylan, but I needed my mom. So yeah, I'm so sorry this video is so long, and you guys could have skipped through it, and if you did, I'm not mad at you. And if you watched the whole thing, bless your heart. And I didn't cry, so I'm really proud of myself for that. And yeah, life is good. We have it together, somewhat. And it's gonna be better now. Life's gonna be better. And I'm so excited. So my next video will probably be back to normal, back to a day in the life, and you know, definitely more happier. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. A lot of you tell me you like these videos, but it's not like it's a lot of you watching them. But I appreciate you all, and I love you guys, and everything you guys have said to me these past weeks has been the best. All the prayers, all the support, all the love, the messages. You guys don't even know. Like, I was in such a dark place, and that really, really helped me, knowing I had so many people who cared. So I love you all. Dylan loves you all. We appreciate you guys more than anything. And I hope you guys have a great day. And I will see you guys next time.